Hey retro lovers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at Panasonic's SA-PM17 system. We've got the SA-PM17, which is the main unit. And at the side over here, we have the PM17 two-way speaker systems. They do also come in the PM27. As you'll see, these particular speakers are two-way, meaning they have woofers and tweeters. You can also get the PM27s that are three-way speakers, and they'll have subwoofers, woofers, and tweeters. This particular model was made in either 2000 or 2001, making it already 25 years old, which seems just absolutely mind-blowing to me. I've always been a sucker for a system that looks a bit like this. That sort of sleek 2000s design. I really like the big bulky shoulders here on either side of the 5 CD changer. I really like the sleek and sort of no-nonsense design, the silver chrome, and the sort of mirrored glass effect that seems particularly common on these Panasonic systems and is kind of messing with my eyes a little bit as you start to think that you've had a few too many beers and you're seeing double. Starting from the top, this system comes with tape player, also has the radio option and a 5 CD changer, which just brilliant. And I really like that it lights up at the front and at the top there, really great. Just love it. I love the design of this. It's so 2000s. And even though I love using 60s and 70s and 80s equipment on here, I grew up listening to these kind of machines and I just really have a soft spot for them. It comes with the AM loop antenna. Mine's had a little bit of damage, as you can see. I have just tried tuning the radio in before making this video. Something about my dining room doesn't seem to be worth helping, but we'll try and get there on today's videos. So let's get stuck straight into the radio. Let's have a look. We've got, cool, the camera's struggling with the that mirrored effect. Let's have a little look at the buttons on the front first. We've got the preset EQ, rewind and fast forward for both CDs and tapes. We've got stop, and then we've got record and pause, which I think again is also for tapes and CDs. We've got the super sound equalizer or EQ. We've got aux, tuner, tape and CD, so our 4 main options there. The aux will also help you to listen through headphones. We've got the volume wheel, which has a real bit of resistance on it, a really nice turn, and then options to click onto 5 different CDs that we'll get using soon. Let's have a little go with the radio again. So tuner, we get a lovely little hello message. Struggling a little bit already. We can use manual, so we can flick through just using fast forward and rewind, and you can see it flicks through frequencies. Or we can use auto, which is hold and press and release. I have had a little go, it's really struggling to find anything. Not picking up much over here. 96.3 is a radio station in Leeds, so let's have a little look and see if we can get anything with that. Sort of, but let's be honest, more static than anything else. We've got the decibel readout with the volume, obviously going into minuses. A really nice wheel, feels really well made. Okay, let's have a little look at the tape. So let's move over to tape. No tape at the moment. It's got a nice top loading cassette and a really nice sound. Let's just take a listen to this. You just don't get that anymore, do you? That is one thing about listening to Spotify that you just don't get. The sound of a well-made bit of kit whirring and working, just fantastic. We do have the lights here at the top, which is 3 different indicators. So it's orange now, meaning no cassette. If we put in our cassette, should change to green. And if I did hit the record button, which I won't be today, that should turn to red, I think, which means that it is recording. Okay, let's just start with a little bit of a play. I'll probably have to keep the play time down because of copyright on YouTube, but let's have a little bit of a listen.
That's what I intend to do.
And play again. As you saw then, we've got the option to fast forward and rewind. Again, comes with that nice clunking sound of the system working. We could also record and we could also stop as well. I think this system automatically detects whether we're listening to normal, high or metal tape. There are other options on similar systems like this where you can select between the ones, but I think on this it's automatic. Okay, enough of the tape. Let's have a little go at the CD. This is what people buy this kit for, and this is why I'll be keeping this kit, because of course it has a 5 CD changer. Quite rare, difficult to find nowadays. So let's switch over to CD. This system plays CD-DA, CD-R and CD-RW, so it plays rewritable DVDs as well. And I think that means it also lets you record onto rewritables too. It has 5 trays and we can do a CD check pressing this button on the left. And that spits out all 5 and lets us have a look at what we've got to listen to. Not sure what's happened to number 1. Poor number 1 doesn't seem to come out on that setting. We do have a bit of Billy Joel, we've got a bit of Take That, and underneath we've got Diana Ross. Not one of my favourites, but she's one of the only CDs I've still got hold of at home. I think if we press CD check, it should close again. And we've got that nice light up at the bottom as well. At the top, we can see that we're now got CD1 on, and we can see that from the one playing. Okay, let's have a look at, see if we should get a bit Diana Ross. Let's move and go on to CD change, and we should be able to just click CD2. Billy Joel, I think. Now that squeaking noise that happens in between each one, let me know if you think that that's a fault with this system or whether that's intentional. Doesn't seem to be causing any damage to my CDs, and it does it all the time. So I'm wondering if that's just an intentional little noise to let you know that it's whirring and working. Let me know if that's a fault that I need to have a look at repairing. Let's see if we've got a bit of Billy Joel. And CD3 should have a little bit of Take That. Let me know if you've got a favourite between Diana Ross, Billy Joel, 2 retro vintage favourites, or then Take That. I suppose also a bit vintage, 20 years plus. We can do a CD change. And if we press that CD change button, I think it should open. It looks like it's trying to open. Let's press CD change again. Let's try open close. So we're listening to CD3 and open close will open 3 only. If we move over to 2, let's see what happens if we hit the CD change button now. So CD open, but it isn't opening. It was earlier on. I wonder why that's happening. Let's see if it just opens 2. It does just open 2. Lovely. You can, with this, program which one you want to play. I think that's only a function using the remote control. Let's see if I can find the open and close. Let's just play. Now it does operate on a 1-disc mode on this system. You can get others that will randomize the CDs, or you can pick which CD to listen to in which order. But I think on this, you can hit the disc button and then choose which CD you want to press, and it changes over to CD1. Within each CD then, I believe you can press program, I think. A bit blurry on there, but this is the program button. and it should let you pick a track to play and move over to track 2. A nice handy little trick if you've got the remote. Okay, let's just have a quick dive into the equalizers. So the preset equalizers are heavy, clear, and soft. I'm going to pick another track and see if we can test those out. I'll go through them pretty quickly to see if we can pick up a difference. So I'll go quite close to the speakers. Preset, soft, heavy, and clear. Oh, I think my favorite was the clear. Sorry, we can't listen to that a little bit more, but I don't want this video to be taken down. On the super sound equalizer, not entirely sure what that is. Super sound EQ on. Do a little bit of research and let me know. What's your opinion on systems like this? Do you prefer older ones from the 70s and 80s? Or are you a bit of a sucker like me to a 90s or even a 2000s system? Thanks for joining. Subscribe for more retro electronic videos next week and hopefully every week after that.